When you're doing these panels, you know, for the last cut for sure, you want to do the end grain first because you'll blow out the corner, and then when you feed it through straight, you'll clean that up. Because, you know, when you're feeding something like this, this is probably long enough where I could feed it through without it going crooked. But if you're doing something even shorter, you just want to back up to go behind it so you're feeding something straight and you have better control. So. I had it on a slower speed, you know. I mean, you're probably right. It's just, you know, what I usually do when I'm doing this. So it's kind of what I've got used to. But so basically, you just keep taking additional passes until you get this thickness, the same thickness as your style and rail, so it fits tight. And that's all there is to it. I mean, it's really, once you get this set up, it really works well. And it's repeatable, and if you have panels that are relatively flat to start with, if you've got something that's sitting like this, you're going to struggle. And then, you know, when you're going across there, you really need something to kind of keep it from going crooked. So that's that. We don't need to make any more sawdust there. I just want to show this, this figure it out. But like I said, it adjusts like on an X and Y axis. So the first adjustment you have to do is kind of size it to the piece of wood that you're trying to flute with. I'll put the flutes in, which I have already done, and then I did 2 of these already. Just kind of set this up. So we're going to move it over to the next increment, and I can, you know, show you how fast this goes. So there's just a little lockdown. It's just a thing that straddles it. It just locks it down. So that allows me to move this. Make sure I move it the right way. And I'm just lining up, like the center where the bit is, I've got a mark with kind of a predetermined reference point. Lock that down.
What are those other owls? What that meant for the size of the board?
Yeah. So, and I kind of made stop and start points.
That's nice.
Nice to see. What are they called?
You have the plans for that?
No, I don't. But something's backwards here because when you're doing this, it's supposed to be in front of you so you see what you're doing.
Will we get behind you?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so I have to move this one more time. Bear with me a minute here. So you just go to your first stop that you've kind of predetermined. You just put a mark where it is. Start it, plunge it down all the way, and then pull it back to the other stop, and that's it. So, you know, you could do a piece that was 8, 10 foot long as you want. Just have to keep walking along with it. And, you know, you set the bit up. It's like one of these core box bits. Could be any thickness, could be a V, could be anything. So that's all there is to it. But like I said, if you're doing a lot of fluting, you know, rather than to try and just use like the manufactured side jig, that, you know, if you sneeze now, the thing's not straight. So this kind of captures the router in the center and makes it repeatable, and it it just works well for what it's designed for. So I know Frank's going to